Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I bothered y'all with being suicidal. The last video. I'm still suffering depression. I'm severely depressed, and because I can't get away from my narcissistic baby father. Yeah. As long as my children are children and not adults, I'm doomed to suffer his abuse because narcissists are also called as the coward psychopaths because they hide their psychopathic traits. They don't, they know the rules of society. They know if they abuse you severely, they will lose their children. Their children are everything to them because they see them as narcissistic supply. So, they need their children to vampire off them. So, they will do anything to keep their psychopathic traits hidden. So they abuse you in ways that are still legal. And if I would go to the police and tell them I'm suffering severely from narcissistic abuse from my children's father, they would look at me and go like, huh? What? Narcissistic abuse? What the fuck is... has he hit you? No. Yeah. He has served 6 months for domestic violence towards me in the past, but that's gone in the register. But do you know narcissistic abuse, what it does to a human? Living in close relationship to narcissist. What would the police say? So, I have no chance of getting rid of this fucking asshole. As long as the children are small, I'm doomed to fucking be engaging with him and doomed to be abused by him. Because the Sweden is so far behind when it comes to psychology. And they don't even understand CPTSD here in Sweden, the psychologists. I've been to so many psychologists and thinking every time that I've searched them and been there for therapy, like, now you're gonna give me the answers. But all they do is look at me and go like, and what do you do then when you feel that way? And what are you gonna do about that when you feel like that? And how do you solve that? And I'm going like, what the fuck is am I here to tell you all my problems, just to have you ask me what to do about them, when you're the fucking psychologist who are supposed to come with all the answers and help me and tell me what to fucking do with all my problems? You're supposed to be the solution. I'm the fucking problem coming with all my problems. You're offering a service, getting a hell of a bunch of fucking money to be a fucking solution, to tell me what to do with all the fucking shit. And they're just sitting there like, and what do you do then? And what are you gonna do then? And I'm like, and it's so fucking insane. Like, if you seek a psychologist, you assume that they are going to give you the solutions, but they look at you like you're supposed to have the solution. Yeah, but I mean, you sitting there like a fucking literally like a confusion, thinking, I'm sick here, seeking your help. I am in total despair, in need of someone to give me the answers and help me. And they are getting such high salaries, getting paid so highly to be the solution. But all they do is go, and what do you do then? And what are you gonna do then? And yeah, and when you feel like that, what do you do then? And what are you gonna do then? Like, you're supposed to fucking tell me what to do and give me the fucking solution. That's what the fuck is. So you sitting there getting fucking paychecks, like, it's insane to just sit there and listen and just like supposed to provide a service to help people with mental issues and disorders, and just asking giving no solutions, just asking, what are you gonna do then? And what are you, I mean, it's been so fucking sickening to attend all these psychologists and psychiatrists. It's you know, I mean, seek help, and or I mean, if you have sick pension or sick, you're chronically ill and you live on a sick salary, or I can't. It's in Sweden, so I can't. Fucking English, but. And those who are responsible, it's called Försäkringskassan in Sweden. It's called it's like a bureaucracy institution that handles sick people and supposed to provide them the care and everything they need to get healthy, and give them the money they need to be able to live a decent life. Because they're sick, they can't help that they are sick. So they can't work. They are not to be blamed for it. But all they do is just try to punish you away from the sick pension system and out into the work system, even though you're sick, and it's just a mess. I'm so ashamed of my fucking country and my fucking people. It's like, you know, they never give you a raise. I've been sick, living on sick pension for 8 years now, soon, and they never give you a raise. I mean, and then I mean, I've struggled like nobody else. I've been an addict. I've been living like a real criminal. I was so severely abused at home that the only relief I had was drugs. The only lifeline I had was drugs, and so I became a drug addict. But I decided to quit. I sat one day at place, and I thought, you either kill yourself now, end it, or you choose to live and fight. And I decided you kill yourself, you take the easy way out, and it's more of a challenge if you stay alive. Don't choose the easy way. choose take the hard route. You'll be more proud of yourself. So I decided to live, and I'll fight the addiction and fight everything and try to live in the system and try to be a good citizen. And I got a degree as a nurse, and I got a job, full-time job as a nurse. But with all the abuse, with all the abusive humans around me, I couldn't. And then with the chronic diseases, peripheral spinal arthritis, and I mean, with all the abuse and the healthcare, the doctors. I mean, it took me from I started searching for my spinal arthritis when I was 15 or 16, top 17, and I didn't get my diagnosis until I was had my eldest son, and I had to fight my way to get the remiss, it's called in Sweden, the paper to the rheumatologists, because I had been for years searching help for my back pain, and all they said, well, it's just the muscles. You just go to the gymnastics, and they just ignorance and just all to avoid diagnoses, because if they diagnose, they know you're gonna end up maybe getting sick pension because you're actually sick. And they don't want, they try to punish away sick people from the system because it costs systems money. But having sick people and trying to fool them into thinking they are able to work, and having them in lots of fucking procedures, made up jobs, and they make up these stupid fucking shitty ass solutions, like putting you in the other made up job after the other made up job, and paying these people, and who then receives you and takes care of you. It costs so much more than to just sick pension someone. So it's just a fucking disgrace, and it's just a fucking economical. I mean, what? I mean, our leaders have. I mean, with the economy and all the fucking charity, the money we send overseas to poor countries and stuff. When we don't care enough to like me. I mean everything's inflated now in Sweden. All prices are going up. The food prices are going up. I can't pay my electrical bills. I'm stuck in an apartment that is so expensive, and I can't afford to live here, and I'm barely getting by on the welfare I receive because I'm sick. And I can't afford to buy food and I never get a raise. Like if you work, you get at least a little bit of raise every year, but we who are sick, we get no raise, never ever, no matter how inflated. I mean, the gasoline is going up, everything, all price, gasoline, electricity, food prices, everything is just rising, and I've been on sick pension for 8 years. I get no raise. The first year they just lowered my sick pension as far as they could. Then no raise ever. They no matter how the price. So I'm about to go out like sit, and I'm just like I'm gonna go out and sit by the gypsies, and like I'm a Swede, you're from like Belgium or something, Romanian, and I live here. I'm a fucking Swedish citizen. I've lived here all my life, but the system, you know, we're supposed to be socialists, democratic socialists. We're supposed to, you know, the rich are supposed to provide for the poor, like Robin Hood. You know, the rich are supposed to provide for the poor, but they don't. They don't. They just punish you and think that you should have less. When you're sick, when you can't. It's not my fault. I can't. I didn't decide. Who the fuck wants to be sick? Who the fuck wants chronic inflammation in the fucking spine? So you can't fucking, when in periods when it aggravates, you can't hardly walk, and it risks your spine to fucking go stiff, so you will, you know, it's so bad, and when it aggravates, it affects every organ in your fucking body and inflammates the stomach, all tendons, tendinitis, enthesitis, you know, arthritis in the small joints and the hands. You get nerve damage because the spine is so inflamed all the time that I have had carpal tunnel syndrome in both hands. I operated one, but it didn't do much to help me, so I chose not to operate the other one because the sick gymnastics, the ones who are professional at who investigated my joints and made me sure that I had spinal arthritis. The joint experts, not the doctors or but those who actually investigate you and your joints. She knew. She was sure I had the peripheral spinal arthritis. And now I lost my thread, but yeah, so I didn't fucking choose that. I would have loved to have been able to work and have a fucking worthy salary, but I can't because I'm sick. And they punish. They think you should have less. When you're sick and you can't help it, it's sickening. And we're supposed to be a socialist country. I'm so disproud of my people that I mean, I'm almost in tears experiencing this and how they treat sick people in this fucking country. I'm so disproud of my people. And the fucking government and Sweden used to be the leader of the Vikings. Uppsala was the headquarters for the Vikings. We ruled all of Scandinavia. We gave Norway, Denmark, and all of them up to let them be free and be sovereign, like Denmark wanted to be them. They wanted, so we gave it up. But I mean, we were great warriors, Vikings. The head seat of the Vikings was in Sweden, Uppsala. Uppsala domkyrka. Uh, so I mean, what the fuck happened to my people? What the fuck happened to the Swedish people? Where are all my Vikings? Where are all the people who fought for the welfare of all beings? Because that's what democratic socialism stands for. The ones leading the country are supposed to look after the best interest of all people. Not just the rich, but all people. The weak just as the rich. And if the rich have more, they're supposed to give. So there shall be no rich and poor. There should be equality. And everyone should have it equally great. So what the fuck is happening to Sweden? And our core values as socialists, as we call ourselves, democratic socialists. What the fuck happened to us? And yeah, so I'm so rageful and disappointed at my people. And I see no men except the leader of a party called SD. He's called Jimmy Åkesson. He's the only one who's trying to fight the sick, feminized, feministic, stupid, fucking gullible, idiotic government that rules right now in Sweden. It's I mean, I'm ashamed, but we have him, Jimmy Åkesson, and he has fought. He has been scapegoated, and he has been fucking traumatized. They have been treating him like dirt. They have stumped, and he has been had to live on, been sick for periods, and tried to come back. He's a real fighter. He really fights for us, for the Swedes, for our people, against these gullible, blue-eyed, blonde bimbos ruling this country right now, as it is, behaving like they're small little children, just hitting each other in the sandbox, not knowing what they're doing, and just narcissistically triangulating and freezing. SD has such much votes, but still they manage to freeze them out against and work with other parties just to freeze them out, because they are trying to fool the people that SD are narcissists, that SD are Nazis, not narcissists, Nazis. But SD really is caring and looking for the best interest of the Swedish people. They are just interested in the well-being of the Swedish people and the welfare of the Swedish people, and preserving the welfare of the Swedish people, and trying to prevent them from erasing our history. The mainstream government wants to erase our history as Vikings, and just make us into hens, just genderless, like nothings, like we're supposed to be not women or men, but androgynous, everyone. It's so sickening and so sick. I mean, what the fuck am I born with a pussy if I'm supposed to be What the fuck is a man made with a fucking dick and a woman made with a pussy if we're supposed to be genderless? We are too. I mean, it's so stupid and so illogic and so fucking idiotic. It's so sickening. I have to calm down. I have to calm down. But what they're doing in Sweden, it's the government. They're fucking, yeah. Oh, I could go on. I can't. But I have to. I get so rageful. I have to try to calm down. I draw the rune Northeast, and it warns me about being too rageful. I'm in Northeast. It means much. I'm in a period of constriction, and it's not a good time, and I should be careful about raging. So I should follow the runic advice and try to calm down. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video to say that I'm severely depressed with the knowledge that I have to live with my baby father. I can't get him away from me. I can't go no contact as I wish, and I can't protect my children from his narcissistic abuse, because narcissistic abuse isn't so known that it is still legal. It isn't illegal, and the police works on statistics here. So if he is in court red-handed beating me, they won't care. So I'm chanceless at saving my children from trauma, and saving myself from being abused by him constantly, even though I'm separate from him and have my apartment, and he has his. As long as I have to talk to him, I have to cooperate with him because we have children together. I will be a victim of his fucking abuse, and the powerlessness of not being able to protect myself and my children from him and his abuse. It makes me so depressed that I struggle to cope, and I'm already chronically. It's just like I told him, you're beating on someone who's already laying on the ground. I am chronically ill. I'm fighting chronic diseases, severe arthritic disease, and a post-viral meningitis that gives me mental fatigue. I can't take much stress or hurt. I get worse in my chronic diseases, physical diseases, very easily from abuse. The abuse that I've suffered all my life is the reason why I got chronically ill in the first place. So I've told him all this, but he can't empathize. He can't feel empathy. He doesn't care. So he pushed his mother to suicide, and he made a colleague, a female colleague. He psychologically tortured her and tormented her emotionally and psychologically. So she got she had to go get sick pension. She couldn't, after had worked with him for several months, she got so sick she couldn't stay. She had to get sick pension. She couldn't. I mean, as I told him, the last thing I told him, you must suffer such severe hatred for women, treating women the way that you do. It's either unconscious or consciously. I don't know, but I mean, you doing everything to try to keep, and they do. Narcissists, they all they do is they try to kill you in every way they can, and they are addicted to abusing people to try to feel like they are something, and it works for them. As soon as they abuse someone, they think they are something. So I mean, it's sickening, and it's destroying my life not to be able to get away from this abusive fucking being. If I only had waited and gotten to know him. I mean, I got pregnant with him under the infatuation. The first 6 months, when you're infatuated, I got pregnant, and then I was fucked. We were having a baby, and you know, I'm able to love, and I'm loving, and I've given all and everything, and gotten nothing in return. Typical for narcissists and codependents. You give all, you get nothing back. In a relationship, you're supposed to be give and take. It's supposed to be reciprocal. It's supposed to be mutual, and the love is supposed to be grand and nurturing always. And but the relationship between the narcissist and codependent, it's so they kill you. They destroy you, and that's their aim, to destroy you, but silently, because they aren't so brave that because they want to fit into society and act like they're perfect, and they want admiration, and they want everyone to think they're perfect, to withhold their false confidence. So they're not they don't dare to go fully psychopathic, but they are coward psychopaths who doesn't dare to stand up for how they secretly, internally just wants to destroy and kill you. They torment and torture you in silence. It's hell to live with a being like that, and to have him in my life, because I have small children with him. It's and I can't get him out of my life. It's torment. It's I get so depressed. I'm a very proud and self-sufficient and you know, woman who wants to be independent and self-sufficient, and but I can't protect myself from this fucking man who just destroys and traumatizes me and my children all the time, because there are no laws against narcissistic abuse, and it isn't so famous yet that it has been and it takes so much to get a diagnosis. And with the psychologists, they just try to prevent diagnosis, because then you might get reasons to get so sick pension, and that costs the state a lot of money. So all the doctors do is try to prevent diagnosis, to try to save money for the state. So no, we just suffer. We beings living here, we just end up suffering. Like moment 22 or 21, moment 22, we call it in Sweden. It's like, it's just shit, cotton shit. But I've made a new chain. I'm struggling to try to keep the mood up, creating something. So I came up with this on my own, a new chainmail link that I haven't searched if anyone has made this type of link before, but and I don't care if I'm the one who came up with it or if it has already been done. But anyway, I'm very pleased with it. I think it looks nice, and I can make a lot of I mean, you could go like a tight necklace, like a kinky tight necklace, you know, tied around the neck, like that, you know, with it. Or you could make it into something longer and finish it with a stone right there. It's unisex. I've had my male friends here say they love it, and one of them actually wanted to buy it for himself. So we'll see. And I've gotten an order for a fat fucking Byzantine emperor link. So I have managed to worthily make some money for myself through providing a service, making jewelry, and getting an income through creating something. That's great. It's I don't like being sick and receiving money from the government, living on sick pension and not being able to provide for myself. I'm very proud. If you know esoteric astrology, I'm a first ray, and that's the ray of the Lord, the Father, the devil. My proud knows no bounds, but I am forced to live on the goodwill of the states and the social welfare of this country, and I don't like it. I want to be self-sufficient, and that's my nature, core nature, to be self-sufficient. I have Venus and Mars on Regulus, so I am much of the king archetype also, and he likes to be self-sufficient, and but yeah, this world is full of limitations. It's reality. We don't always get what we want, and life isn't fair, and all we can do is try to regulate our emotions and come to terms with things, and do the best we can to feel good inside, regardless of outer circumstances. That's all we can do. But all that I'm going through is going against my core nature, because Pluto, who is right on my soul, my ascendant, he is the Lord of all the kings. He's the first ray who lords all kings. that isn't so known, because everybody thinks that the sun rules all kings, but it's the first ray of esoteric astrology that provides, that rules all world leaders. You have to research esoteric astrology and the 7 rays, and go through the Theosophical Society, and then search on from there, and you will know what I'm talking about. And Pluto rules the first ray, lords the first ray. So he lords the sun. All the kings are possessed by the first ray. And England was known as the beast across the sea. They have on their soul as a country, and they are possessed by the first ray. That's why they always wore red coats and were so brutally sadistic and murderous, and Jesus, what the Englishmen have a small country, but possessed by the first ray, the beast across the sea. You know, their history is bloody. The leaders of the Inquisition and all the slaughtering and all the murdering and all the and now we're getting an insight into their parliament. We get to see the beasts growling and shouting and howling at each other, and the order, and he tries to keep the, oh my God, it's hilarious. And if you study their army, like if you compare, I've studied on YouTube the documentaries about the Navy SEALs training and the English army training, and you can see the United States are the leading top army of the world. Then comes Russia, and England is a little bit behind. But you can see when you see the training of the English soldiers, the beastiness of it gives me chills. And it you know, the Dark Ages with the red coats just roaming around the earth, slaughtering through the Inquisition, with the Pope with his red coat at the front, and with the kings, of course, supporting, except Henry with all his 7 wives. We have to be grateful to him, because he made sure that he didn't listen. He wanted a divorce from his first wife, and the fucking church thought he should live with her against his will. It's sick how the Christianity thinks you should live with someone you don't want to live with. So he killed his first wife, and he's, fuck you, popes, I shall have my will. And I don't know how many wives he killed before he finally got a son, or whatever it was he wanted. But anyway, we owe lots to him, because he really fought the popes, and like like the it's it's really psychotic to the Christianity to think and vouch for you to live with someone because you married them once till death do us apart. No matter how unhappy you are, you should live with that person in pain and torture and die with that person, regardless of how unhappy you are. It's such a phantasmagoric, fantastic fantasies, sickening, torturing thing that it just, but nothing about the Bible makes sense. It's just the narcissistic super ego of the human. You see everything contradicts. It's everything, and it's just a mess. It looks like a psychotic, manic depressive being wrote it. I worked a lot within the psychiatric social psychiatry with I met a lot of and even in the institution I've worked and met a lot of psychotic, manic depressive. I met all disorders and worked with all disorders, and I studied psychology online all the time, so I know psychology very well, and I mean, the Bible is. I had a manic depressive psychotic old man that gave me a book that he wrote, and when I come. He was, and he had received a lot of the old school antipsychotic medicines that made the patients mentally retarded. Kind of. It's sad, but they're strong medicines that have harsh side effects. So it's very painful for these sick people to stand on these medicines because they get retarded from the medications, and he had lots of side effects, and but a sad story. But anyway, that book he gave me, it looked like the Bible. So I mean that says a lot about the people who wrote the Bible, and I mean it's and but people actually follow this religion. Have you considered the word religion? Means redo, rearrange, like religion, legion, it means redo all the time. You're not enough. When is religion going to be perfected? So it doesn't say the name when it is perfected, when the highest of the meaning of religion is realized. It shouldn't be named religion. It should be named something like religion, or like it's perfected now. We know what religion is, and we're not just psychotic fantasizing and believing in things that doesn't exist and just babbling on about how people should be and not be, and not like hypocrites, not taking responsibility for ourselves and perfecting ourselves before we go out preaching to other people how they should be. And it's just the Bible, just written by the narcissistic superego of the humanoid, probably in correlation with sick gods, because there are demons who fought those gods on the other side, who I don't know who the gods that stands for Christianity and the narcissistic superego of the human. I don't know what fucking gods are responsible and cooperating with the Christian popes. I haven't gotten that. I've tried to find out, but I can't see any gods standing for what it's the Bible is insane. It's contradictory. Everything contradicts everything, just like the ego, like a machine, like narcissist is just a body, but there's no being operating the biosuit. So the system just comes up with all these stupid things, like a computer that is like a PC computer that's just coming up with false messages, and you're supposed to fix it, but no one fixes it because there's nobody home to operate the biosuit. So that's like how narcissists are. They're just they don't exist in their bodies. They just trust the every thought form and every emotion that comes, and they think they are their emotions and their thoughts, and they just go and live like zombies, talking to their inner objects like they are their inner objects, thought forms and emotions, and they talk with your inner objects like you are your thought forms and emotions. They don't ever talk to you and see you as a living being and ask you what you think. They are in an imploded psychosis that when they actually think that it's true, talking to their own inner objects, then talking to your inner objects and thinking that it's you, they try to suck you into their fucking psychosis. Their imploded psychosis goes outwardly psychotic towards you. It's and my baby, I don't have strength to talk about it anymore. But anyway, I am coping. I'm trying to not. I am suffering depression since I have showered today and managed to get some makeup on. But the first days after the narcissistic rage he put us through here, me and my youngest son, when he came and took him and devalued me and discarded me, so every neighbor could hear, and even though he isn't, or he's just a fucking hypocrite with all he says. If the social workers and people really knew who he was, he wouldn't be granted custody of the children. If people truly knew narcissism and narcissistic abuse, he wouldn't be allowed to have them, to have them in his custody. But since it's the knowledge, the awareness of narcissistic abuse is so new, he can just take them and put us through all this abuse, and there's nothing I can do. And I can't go no contact. I have expressed my will towards him that I want to go no contact. I don't want to speak to you. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want you to go near me, come near me. But I mean, I don't know how to arrange it. Practically, when you have small children with someone, you have to be able to cooperate and talk to each other. But it's on my expense to have to do with him. So I feel doomed, and it's so typical. I'm Saturnian, and what is Saturn? What's part of the Saturnian karma? He rules all black. Doomed. He's humanitarian. Robin Hood, he stands for so many great things, but also so many difficult, hard things. Pure misery, last man standing. I mean, the goodness is known as the most maleficent, but of course the goodness is as great as the evil. It's if you know Hermeticism, you know everything exists on a pole. So if to the extent that you're evil, to that extent you're also good. So if you're Saturnian, you're somewhere on that spectrum. Here's the most evil one of them, like, but that's only when it's really traumatized. And you can see it in the Night Stalker. He was much of Satan, an aspect of Saturn, severely traumatized. So say that's the most evil, but he really was just traumatized. But so broken. Evil is really is masculine strength. But anyway, and then out here you have the untraumatized Saturn, who is the humanitarian, the spokesman of the people. Robin Hood, who fights for the people and fights for human rights and the rights of all animals, and equality and peace, and yeah. So a really great planetary system. But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember where I just wanted to say that I'm coping, and I'm glad I'm sharing on social media, because I get a lot of love. I get a lot of people, you know, it's good socializing. I'm an expert at isolating, you know, Saturnian, very masculine, and the masculine is the one who withdraws and loves to be alone. And but I one of my complex PTSD coping mechanism is isolation. So and I have had to fight that, because I isolate to the point that I lose my social skills. So I have to fight the isolation. So And now I'm everywhere on social media. Like I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I don't know how many accounts I have on each page, because I make accounts and then I change, and I make a new one to fit my new. I'm very mercurial also, so I change a lot, and I give, yeah, very, very. I have 3 planets. I have a stellium in. I have 2 planets on my ascendant, my first house, so that's significant. Pluto and Saturn in Libra, but then I have a stellium of 3 planets in Virgo, Sun, Mercury, and the Moon, with Al-Qaeda and an old Bohemian magical star that Mercury and the Moon sits on. So I have and that kind of the only time any sign is more significant than the ascendant is when there's 3 or more planets in another sign. So that makes Virgo and Mercury very significant in my life and chart. And yeah, that's my tropical chart. No sidereal chart. In my tropical chart, the sun goes into Libra, but I still have Mars, Moon, and Mercury in Virgo. So there's still 3 planets in Virgo. And the sun is close to my ascendant, but in the 12th house in Libra. So yeah, I have 3 planets in Libra too. In the tropical chart, and Venus in my tropical chart, Venus is on Regulus with Mars in Leo, and the sun is in Libra, close to my ascendant, 13 degrees away, so it's quite close. In the 12th house though, so not in the 1st house. So he's old and wise, my son, but in Virgo, but no, in Libra, tired, and the 12th house, the sign of Pisces, the sign that knows it all, that has been through it all, and the wise. But anyway, so there's a mutual aspect between Venus and my sun in my tropical chart. So it's quite significant also that with that mutual aspect there, that Venus is in the sun's sign and the sun is in Libra. Sun falls in Libra, but that's, I think, and that's where Lucifer is there. Lucifer is a sun god. He's if you Frey is the light of the sun, phosphorus, to the Scandinavians. And shit, my phone is dying soon. But and I have to